You have your property lines drawn, you might have a few things that you want to do to sort of clean up your drawing a little bit. And so the first thing to do is to check and see that you don't have any lines drawn on top of another line. Sometimes that'll happen when you get going, and so there were some lines that were drawn on top of another line. If I hit it and delete accidentally because I went too far, I can Control Z and put it back. So I'm actually going to do that all the way around really quick, just checking to be sure. There was one. There was another. There was another. So those ones had some overdrawing. So did that one. So this one, it's like there's two of many of the lines, and that can happen sometimes when you just get going on your drawing. But I'm gonna carefully check them all. There are other ways to do this check. One way you can do it is you can go, okay, let's see. Do that and see if you got, there's two lines there. I captured two lines. There I captured one line. One line. One line. One line. So you can see a lot of these ones I'm capturing when it just says one. It just says line and it doesn't have a number. That means there's just one there. So you can just go line by line and check it out. Would be another way to do it. But you have to do it, kind of get everything in a window. So I think this one's getting pretty well checked out. So there were just a few of those that got overdrawn, and that could be because you took the points twice without realizing it. There, it looks like I've got it set all the way around. Another thing that you're going to notice is these individual lines are a little bit short. And here it doesn't look too bad, but that line, when you put it on the layout, is going to be too short to make a C-prop line on. So I want to change these all into one polyline. P-edit. M for multiple, and then select all the objects, enter, and J, convert them all to polylines, yes, and then J for join with 0 fuzz distance. Now you'll see that's all one. Now another thing though is they're still kind of short. Like that's still going to be short. So if I hover on it, if I click on it, and I go to one vertex, I can remove the vertex. See, now that's all one line. So on this one up here, that's really one straight line. So I would want to remove the vertex. Remove the vertex. See how that line is essentially getting longer, and so it can apply the line type all the way along that. So that's another little trick that you might want to do to make your drawing look a little better when you finally put it into Now this one, it's not going to do anything because that's just a line and it's short. And that's a line and it's short. But up here where it's a nice long line, you can remove the vertex. So these are just some things that you can do. Somewhere along here it changes. Oh, that wasn't good. That one was a bad one to do. See how it changed the line? So I can't change it. I don't want to change it where it changes direction. So like none of these would work, but now I'm on another long straight line. So if I remove these vertices, I'm removing them on essentially a straight line. And there we go, just a couple more to do. Now each line segment is as long as it can be so that when I draw my C-prop line, or when I show it in my layout, it'll look right. So here I am. So I'll double click inside here. I think I recall that 1/16 equals a foot looks pretty good. And look, that looks pretty nice, but it's still, maybe I want to play with that a little bit. If I click on it and do my properties, maybe I'll make the LT scale maybe 0.5. And that, see how that made them a little bit bigger? And that's a pretty nice looking drawing now. So if I double click, I can lock my viewport. So now it's stuck at it's set at it's set at 1/16 of an inch equals a foot. And I have a nice looking property line, and it's because that those were long enough to be able to draw it. So there's a little trick that you can add if you feel like it. You can still go through, of course, as I've done before, and do the donut command. Put it there with a radius of 0 and maybe a 0.18, I don't know. Oop. That didn't look right. Let's try that again. Donut. Inside diameter of 0. Outside of 0.18. And that's a little too big as I see it. The other thing it does, by getting rid of those vertices, is it allows me to find these endpoints quickly because there's no extra vertice endpoints in there. And so those are obviously a little bit too big. I should probably change all those. How do I do that? I go to my properties and it should say, oh, I guess it's not going to let me change that diameter. I'd have to go back through and do each one somehow. Doesn't let me change the diameter on that command, so I'd have to go back and change those. But you get the picture. There you go. That's how you can quickly get this thing done.